So today I have a lot of stuff I need to fix. I have, let me grab one of these here. I got about 3 of these I'm fixing today. I already fixed 2 of them. I fixed my sister's and sent it back to her, and I fixed mine. These I've taken apart because they're wireless. I'll show you my little ghetto setup here. It's an old piece of packaging. The wireless receiver is right there, that USB receiver. And then the board. And what we're doing on this is that the left click button right here, it goes bad. And what happens is it'll either click and release, or it won't click, or it'll randomly double click. So I'm replacing those with some switches I got on eBay, and for 99 cents to give you like 10 or 11 of them, so it's a pretty good deal. And that includes shipping, so it's just it's quite nice. I think on mine they gave me 11 instead of 10, so I got a better deal. And then I'm also fixing the formatter board on my printer. And not just that, I gotta fix my heat gun thingy. I burned up the element on it, so I got a new element. So this was the first thing I'm gonna be fixing today. And soldering. I hate this thing. It has a sleeve switch in the back. So what I gotta do, get about 300 degrees. So I'm gonna pause it, and what I'm gonna do here is that on this, it's easy. Just take off those 2 screws right here, and then this thingy right here unscrews. This thing right here is on a threaded rod, and you just I'll try to do it here. My ghetto setup. So this just unscrews here. So yeah, you just unscrew this, you take those 2 screws out, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the inside. So this is what the inside of the gun looks like. You have the 2 AC wires here, and then you have the 2 sensor wires here. And the new one looks like it's made of less quality material, and but it only cost me $7. So we're gonna give it a go. Now the way how we do this is we take this apart, we slide the element out of this one, and then we reinsert this one, but it has a piece of scotch tape on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little piece of scotch tape there. You gotta get that off, otherwise that'll smoke as soon as we turn this thing on. So we gotta get that off, slide it in there, and then we trim the wires to make them fit, and we solder them on. It's pretty easy, and it should work. So let me get us to that point. Okay, so I got the old one out. You can see it's pretty much shot. The heating element burned through that mica paper insulator stuff, and it touched the ground inside this, but it had the ground wire. So it sensed that there was something wrong, and it shut off. So really I can almost repair that by putting this mica paper on there, but I don't want to do that. I think the newer one here is good enough. I may hang on to this one just in case if I need parts or something. Maybe that little temperature sensor diode goes bad or something. You know, I'll have a part. So it's only $7, so it'll probably go in the bin. And then so I'm going to insert this back into the gun, and then I'll trim the wires so they're about the same length as that one, and then re-solder it up. Okay, so there it is, soldered up. I guess similar to what it was before. And all I gotta do now is put the fan back in, Put the cap back, the cover back on, screw the cap back on, put the couple screws back in here, and it should be working. So let's give it a try. Okay, so I turned it on, it's heating up, and it was blowing smoke out earlier, so I know it's working. Let me see if it'll melt styrofoam. Yeah, so it's starting to work. So how this thing works is you do the air temperature to like 205, and that's usually hot enough to melt solder. It's blowing smoke again. There we go. So whatever's in there is cooking it. I'll put it by my air filter here. I'll get the stink out of the air. I got 2 of these at a yard sale for 50 bucks. They're the best things in the world. They electrostatically remove all the stuff. So it's kind of like a static generator, and everything sticks to the metal plates on the inside. So there's no yucky anything. Everything gets stuck to those plates. We had to get these because our neighbor, we live in a condo, and our neighbors next door, our neighbors next door smoke really bad, and the smoke comes right through the walls. So it's not even hot enough to melt that yet. Okay, so but yeah, it's working. So the heating element does work. So we're done with this project. Now I gotta work on those little PCB board thingies. I gotta get the switches out. So let me go turn this off, turn off the hot air. I gotta turn on the soldering. I'll leave the air. Actually, I'm gonna turn the temperature down, leave the fan on so the fan will cool it. Otherwise it'll just get too hot. So what we got to do with these is that's to here. Focus you. So this is the main clicker button thingy on this, and the left click. And I got to change these. So they're just simple. The 3 solder points on the bottom. And on mine, I've taken it apart a bunch of times and bent the leaf spring in there. And it works fine for like a week or so. Then it starts double clicking randomly, not clicking, unclicking, won't click. So now it's time to change these ones. I changed mine already, and it worked flawless. It's just the new switches are louder. That's not very clicky loud. The new ones are really loud. So, like these ones right here are almost the same. When I put the new ones in, you'll see they're really loud. So I'm going to change them. I might show how to do. I might show how to do it, but it's pretty easy how to desolder these. You just use a desoldering wick. Or if you're lazy, like me, you might use the hot air gun and just get it really nice and hot and let the switch fall out. So it just depends on everything. And that's the part number on the switch. So that way you don't have to hold the monitor upside down. But yeah, there's the part numbers. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna, I found a vendor on eBay that sells you like a bag of them. So I'm gonna work on that. There we go. So I got that switch out. Now I'm gonna pop the new one in. So there it is with the new switch. Has a different brand, but good solder, good that, and you can tell. Oh well. Well, they're good That one's good. So now I'm going to do the next two. But what we got to do to this is that chip, we just got to cook it really good. And to do that, we got to use the hot air. So, hot air. We have to get it 205 degrees Celsius, I think what they said. So I'm gonna get it nice and hot. There, that's hot. And yeah, whoa! I can sign my name on the styrofoam. So what they said to do was to roast it nice and good for about 10 minutes, or until you touch the chip and it moves. That means the solder's moving, or fluid, I guess. I guess it's better to do straight down. What I need is one of those infrared temperature sensor things that goes up to at least 205 degrees Celsius. And doesn't quite move yet. No, I can't bump it. Well, I just want to see if that was enough. I'm going to put it in the printer and see if all the error lights go out. Because it says toner low, paper jam, and it gives a couple other red lights. And everybody online says, oh yeah, that's a bad chip, but you can get a few more months out of it if you do this. And I found the formatter board from China for like 18 bucks with the network port on it, which mine doesn't have. So for 18 bucks I can upgrade it to the network version, the Ethernet version. It looks like it's hot enough. It moved. I don't know, I thought I saw it move. So I'm going to turn this off. I think this might be hot enough. And then what I'm going to do is put it in the printer. So let's shut off the hot air. What I did, the way how I burned up the element last time was when I was done. I used to have one of these hot air stations a long time ago, and you used to just be able to shut off the hot air, and then the temperature sensor inside would keep the fan going until it went down. But on this one, oh, it's working. It's doing the same thing. Because what happened last time is that the fan shut off. And you can hear the fan running, I guess. And what happens is the fan shut off, and then it started to smoke, and then it just blew up. And so maybe that was a temperature sensor failure in my hot air gun. So I guess this one's working. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna say this might be fixed. I'm gonna set this aside so it can cool, and then I'm gonna work on the next two mouse thingies, those little buttons, and then I'll send one back to my sister and one to my sister's friend, because I know that she bought one of these mice and it stopped working like a year and a half later or something. So here's the next one I'm going to work on. Those have the OSRAM, or sorry, OMRON switches. And then this one is the blue switches. So, well, I hate being colored, but is that blue or green? I can't tell. It looked blue to me. So I'm going to change that one and then change that one. So I'm going to see. I thought the other one I took out, other ones I took out were also Omron. I'm wondering if the guy from China sent me some mixed matched ones. Oh, that's the one I took out. I gotta throw that one away. Put that one in the bin. B-O-Y-U-E. Boy. Oh boy, did I get chipped. I thought these were supposed to be Omron. Maybe that's a new brand, I guess. I don't know. These are supposedly measured or spec'd at 10 million clicks. And so let's see, because my sister will wear this out in like a year and a half. So we'll see what these are actually spec'd at. But let me change the other two real quick. Okay, so this is the second one I just changed. So it has the new Boyle or Boy brand. The other one is the Omron. The Omron seem to be pretty good. Yeah, so that's number 2 in my bin. Number 3 is this blue switch. So yeah, I'll get that one out. So there's a third one. I changed it out. It works. So now I'm going to reassemble the mice. All 3 are done. Got that guy done, that guy done. I'm pretty much done. The one thing I might do now is fix my laptop, which I got to change some caps on the motherboard. But I might show the diagnostics that should be done. Like how to troubleshoot the motherboard. And then determine how the caps are bad, why they're bad, how to replace them, and then get it to turn back on. Because I know I have it jerry-rigged to work so I can back up the data. Because I have an encrypted hard drive on that thing. So, but I'll show that to another video. But thank you. And after doing all that, the printer works just fine. So I'm all happy. So I got a working printer out of it, and I got my mice back.